And I'm telling you, that one factor right there, women, you have no idea how many miles ahead of the pack that puts you ahead of other women. I'm gonna say this. I don't care if sisters are built a certain way, if they're moving a certain way, if they have these jobs, if they have these degrees, if they have XYZ, if they're traveling. If you do that one single thing, you are light years ahead of 90% of the women. At ease, brothers. I'm gonna talk to my sisters this morning. Sisters, do you know why a lot of y'all that are good women aren't getting chosen? And when I say chosen, do you want to know why a lot of you women, you're good enough for every brother to want to come by and smash, but nobody is really trying to bring you on the team the long way? Nobody's actually trying to put a ring on it. I'm gonna tell you, sisters, it's really one major attribute that separates a woman, into those two categories, right? One major attribute. And I'm saying that because I know a lot of fine, sexy, hair did, nails did, successful, fit, in the gym every day, 10% body fat having, well-traveled women that are looking around and saying, you know what, like I'm killing all these females in the street. Why aren't these brothers really shooting their shot at me? You have to understand that game you're playing. I'm gonna say this, because every man is going to be attracted to a fine, cute, thick, whatever sister, right? But you got to understand it's a low vibrational game, because if you're using that alone to get a man to bring you on his team, you're playing a very low vibrational game, because what you're going to attract as far as a man wanting to wife you up, if this is what you're offering, the man that's wanting to wife you up isn't the man that you want. Men that select their women strictly based off that aren't really men that are moving in their purpose. Because when you're talking about bringing a woman on the team, she has to have certain, there are certain prerequisites that must be checked off. Of course, if she got a fat ass and she got her down to the ground and her nails on 12, of course these are bonuses. But these aren't attributes that purpose-driven men are going to use to select a woman to be on this team for real. What you're going to be getting, what's going to be sliding in your DMs, what's going to be in your inbox, what's going to be responding to all the thirst traps you post on social media, or guys that are simply good with walking down the street with a pretty face. That guys are head over heels for just having a woman that's thick walking beside them up in the club or up in the restaurant at night. And again, y'all know just as much as I know, these aren't the guys y'all are attracted to. Men that aren't tied to their purpose. You say it all the time, like, I'm not looking for these men, but that's the only thing you're offering, what these men will wife up. Purpose-driven men, providers and protectors, men that are getting the bag, whatever these things is y'all want. These men aren't selecting strictly based off that. So the one attribute that separates, a woman that's strictly entertainment, or a woman that actually brings value to a man, I'll say it like that. That number one thing is support. Man, that sounds so simple, soul. Like surely goodness and mercy, you aren't telling me that the reason, these women are getting men and I'm not is because they show support? Support? I'm gonna tell you this. for a man that's moving on a mission, for a man that has a destination, for a man that knows who he is and he's going where he chooses to go. Support is the primary factor he's looking for in a woman. And the thing is, you have to understand, well, let me say this. Let me say this first. This is how a lot of women think. A lot of women say, okay, I'm gonna get with this man and once he, once he's fully providing for me, once I've walked away from my job, once I'm in the 5,000 square foot home, once I have the Mercedes in the garage, once I can make my weekly appointments and I know, he's paying for everything is taken care of. I ain't worried about nothing. Once he puts me in that position, then I'll fully submit and support to whatever he needs. I'll cater to him at that point. And I'm going to tell you this. No, you won't. You won't do it. Because if you want the type of woman that's doing that out the gate, you want the type of woman that'll do it. I'm gonna tell you, same thing goes for men. If a man is saying, you know what, I'm gonna be a certain type man, once she decides to start, giving me intimacy or starts doing this, or once she start cooking and cleaning, then I'm gonna be this. He's not gonna do it. If he's not doing it from the very, very get-go, he's never going to do it. Same thing with women. If you aren't giving a man that support from day one, if it's just not in your nature, if it's not who you are, you aren't going to do it. And I'm telling you, that's why the relationships will be going, lasting for a few weeks and they die out, because you're not showing that. And the thing is, I'm not even saying it from a standpoint of, look at what women are doing. I'm saying women aren't taught / raised / trained to be that support. You got to understand that most women don't even even me saying this right now. A lot of women, I'm gonna tell you this. And I'm speaking to you sisters. From a man's standpoint, this is what we as men see in the dating world, right? When men are out dating and you meet a woman, y'all get to talking, whether y'all FaceTiming, whether y'all talking for a minute, couple of dates. What energy is given, since that's the word y'all use, sisters, what energy is given by the majority of women is off the rip. What can this man do for me? Well, off the rip, these are my bills. These are my expenses. I don't want to go to cheesecake. I don't want to, I'm a queen. I'm this. That's the energy off the rip. And I'm not saying that's completely bad because there's a strong sense of self-love that a man can appreciate in some of that. But I'm telling you, these women are only going to have a man's attention for a small amount of time, for a few weeks, few months. And then he's going to be off looking for a real one. And a lot of you sisters aren't going to understand. Really, the thing that separates a woman, these type women that are getting the rings, let me say it like that. This woman is not saying, okay, what can this man do for me? She's saying, what can I do for him? What can I do for this man? And I'm telling you, that one factor right there, women, you have no idea how many miles ahead of the pack that puts you ahead of other women. I'm saying this. I don't care if sisters are built a certain way, if they're moving a certain way, if they have these jobs, if they have these degrees, if they have XYZ, if they're traveling. If you do that one single thing, you are light years ahead of 90% of the women. Just showing support. Giving the energy of, what can I do to make your life better? Because think about this, and I know a lot of y'all sisters are saying, oh, dang, I can't even summon that energy up out of me. A lot of you can't. A lot of you, me saying this is your first time thinking like, oh, support him? Like, no, I'm supposed to be the bad. You can't do it. What I'm saying is this. If you're asking a man, and I'm generally speaking, if women are asking men, as they should, for a man to be a provider, a protector, In other words, if I got any beef in these streets, Bae got me. If I got any issues, my money is short, my rent is late, my tires are flat, my blah, 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 blah. If I have any issues, I want Bae to be there. If he's my man, he's supposed to be there. Right? And that's just dating. Once we get married, it should be that same thing on 10. He's protecting, he's providing, he's looking out for my, I don't have to worry about nothing strictly because that man exists. If that's what you're asking out of men, then what do you think? Where does the reciprocation come in? If that's what you're wanting, then every day you wake up, you should be, how can I integrate myself in this man's life and serve him? How can I make his life better? I'm telling you, this is the deciding factor. And I don't know why. I don't know if these women aren't telling you. I don't know if women that are wifed up or that are in long-term relationships aren't telling you this, or if you're simply listening to the wrong women. You're listening to the baddie that's leading with all that stuff. Because what a purpose-driven man understands is, you know what, if I can just get that woman that fully supports, then I can make her a baddie if she's not a baddie already. I can make her a baddie. I can get her a new wardrobe. I can get her hair. I can do all these things. Like these things are so back burner. I need someone who's supporting what I'm doing. Because if they aren't supporting, they're actually extracting from me. I'm telling you how men think, sisters. Mission-minded men. I'm giving you the hack. I'm gonna tell you this. If you aren't waking up every single day, 24/7, 365, offering your man that assistance, then you aren't serving your purpose. You aren't serving your purpose. Because you got to understand that energy you pour out comes back towards you. It comes back towards you tenfold. Comes back because you got to understand, by nature, we as men, when we get up and we working every day and we grinding and by nature, we already know that a large percentage of that we want that to go back toward our family, our wife and our kids and our, like that's just in us. That's just in us. We don't have to, we don't want, I'm not saying give this man his support so he's going to get in position to say, okay, now how should I delegate my funds? How should I delegate my energy? It's already programmed in us. That's a huge portion of why we grind. So what I'm saying is, if you sisters understand that you feeding a man's grind, you supporting him, is what's gonna put you on a team the long way. And I'm gonna tell you this, like I said, sisters, I don't care how tall, thick, fine, and whatever she is, you're light years. I'm gonna tell you this, it's very hard for a man to receive that kind of support from a woman and cut her off. It's very hard because she's actually pouring into him. And when I say support, let me be specific on what I'm saying, support. Because support is going to look different for every single man. When I say support, I'm simply saying you have to learn to integrate. That's the word. You have to integrate yourself in his life. If you're getting with a man, if you're interested in a man and y'all are talking, y'all are DM, y'all are 1 or 2 dates, women, if you're smart, instead of sitting there talking about why you the baddie and talking about how, whatever y'all talk about, all this extra stuff, what you need to be doing is gathering data about that man. Gathering data. Like what do you do? Not asking him, what do you do just to know how many zeros are in the bank, but what do you do so I can integrate myself in your life? What are you into? What are you into? What are your likes? What do you dislike? How do you see the world? What are your views on this? Because by gathering that data, now you know how to integrate yourself in this man's life. And like I say, that's going to look different for every single man. There are men that, like I say this, like men can need a variety of things. Some men can need, some men may need that homemaker, that house manager. Some man may need a woman to come into his life and quit working. Baby, I just need you to sit here. I'm grinding so hard. I need you to sit here and cook meals for us and keep the house clean. And hey, I have my kids live with me. And hey, look out for my kids. Make sure they're good. Like, that's how you can support me. I'm out in the world. I'm whooping life's ass. So nobody in this household has to worry about anything. That's the support I need, right? Some men are saying, you know what? I don't have any kids, right? But my mission in life is to do XYZ, to do this, to inform mankind on this, to invent this, to do it, So what I need is a woman that support, that understands my business and can see the world, can see my objective from a different lens and support me in that way. If you see me moving, if you see me researching certain information, it would be valuable to me for you to come to me and offer me information to help me get to my destination from a different perspective. That's value. That's integrating yourself in a man's life. That's serving your man. That's submitting to your man. And I'm telling you, this sounds so simple. It sounds so simple, but there are very few women that I won't say understand this, but that are implementing this. And you get on social media and you be like, dang, my home girl done got married, or dang, I know her from school and she got married, or she been married for 30 years. Like, what is she doing? Like, I'm thicker than her. I'm finer than her. My hair. What are these women doing that I'm not doing? And I'm telling you, sisters, there's a reason why he's choosing her over you. There's a reason why they are choosing them over y'all, right? And it's simply because these women are integrating themselves in men's life and adding value by serving them. Because again, that's what you want in return. You want to be served. Add value to a man's life, and I'm telling you, sisters, it'll change everything for you.